video we have seen the meaning of cooperative society, their merits, demerits and the features. So in this video we are going to talk about types of cooperative societies. So you can see on the screen there are almost 6 types of cooperative society we are going to discuss over here. They are consumers cooperative society, producers cooperative society, marketing cooperative society, farmers cooperative society, cooperative housing society and credit cooperative society. So student, before going ahead, let's talk about that. Means we have already seen that what is cooperative society when someone voluntarily they want to join. So there must be some purpose of joining behind that, now isn't it? Means they, without any purpose no one is going to do any work. So there is some purpose. So why these societies are formed actually, means they some individual, because of some individuals actually, and they are small, like suppose the consumer, okay, there are many individuals whose purchasing power is very low. So these kind of people, when they join together to form a society, it is named by that society. Like suppose when the consumer for purchasing the goods, they are joining together because their purchasing power is very low. So such kind of individual, low income group people, when they join together, minimum 10 people, and they form the society, so consumer cooperative society will be formed. And here we are going to talk about all the society on the basis of means why it is formed, then what is the aim means behind formation of such kind of society, and what the whatever the profit is they used to gain, what they do of that profit. So let's see the first cooperative society, that is consumers cooperative society. So as you can see on the screen, formed to protect the interest of consumer. Then society aims at eliminating middlemen to achieve economy in operation. It purchases goods in bulk directly from the wholesaler and sells goods to the members, and profits are distributed on the basis of either their capital contribution to the society or purchases made by individual member. So student, as I have already told you that when they are individuals who are very, means low income group people are there, very poor, so what they used to do, because their bargaining power, their purchasing power is very low, so they come together to form society to protect their interest. And because of this, what will happen, they will be able to eliminate the middlemen, and when they are going to eliminate the middlemen, then definitely the costing will be less. So let's talk about the consumer cooperative society. Like these cooperative, uh, on the basis of means why they are established, then the consumer cooperative society was established basically to protect the interest of consumer, and how to protect the consumer, by eliminating middlemen, and so it will prove in economy of operation. Now the question arises, how economy of operation? So as here the society, they purchase goods in bulk directly from the wholesaler and sell it to the member of the society in small quantity as per their need and with less profit, as now the middleman cost is deducted, and whatever the profit is, means whatever is left over, it is distributed as profit among the members. Then comes the producers cooperative society. It is, why it is set up, it is set up to protect the interest of small producer, because when the small producers are small, suppose just for an example, suppose there are 10 people, okay, they are producing say any small, any suppose they are manufacturing toy, okay, they are producing toy, small toys. So if suppose in a day or in month, because of less means they are not having proper machine to produce the goods, and then because they are very low income, so they are not even able to hire some people. So what they used to do, they are like, suppose one person, he or she is able to manufacture like 10 toy in a month. So just taking to the 10 toy in the market and selling them, won't, they won't get that profit out of that. So what they are going to do, they, all the small producers, they will join hand together, and because of that it will help them to get the inputs for the production of goods, whatever they are producing, the raw materials, whatever raw material is used, as per the demand of the consumer, they are going to produce the goods, and whatever profit they are getting, they will distribute those profit on the basis of their contribution to the total pool of goods produced or sold by the society. Then next comes your marketing cooperative society. It is established to help small producers in selling their products. The members consist of producers who wish to obtain reasonable prices for their output. Means again, in the last we have seen these producer cooperative society, why they are joining hand together, so that they can, whatever they are going to produce, they can purchase the raw material, the input for their product at reasonable price. And this marketing cooperative society means, marketing is what? Means they are able to market the goods, means they are able to sell the goods, they get good price of their product. For this, when the producers, they join hand together, so remember they are the producers, and it pools the output of individual member and perform marketing function like transportation, warehousing, packaging. Means again, as I have told you, when these producers, when individually they are going to the market, so definitely they will have some transportation cost, they will have to bear warehousing cost, packaging cost. But when such kind of producers, they join hand together, and now on part of those 10 producer, any one may go in the market and sell the all the product, and whatever they are getting, the profit they will distribute it on the basis of the number of product they are manufacturing. On that basis they are going to distribute the profit. So definitely each and everyone, means if everyone will go to the market and sell the goods, everyone have to spend transportation cost, warehousing cost, so this will be saved. And also, if suppose they ask for the agent to sell these things on their behalf, so middleman is going to have some money, because without charging anything they are not going to do any work for these people. So because they are able to save these money, whatever profit is get, they distribute it according to the members contribution. Then farmers cooperative society, it protect the interest. Why it is formed? Why this farmers cooperative society is formed? It is formed to protect the interest of, by the name itself it is clear na, farmers cooperative society, interest of farmers by providing better input at reasonable. What is the input for the farmer? Input for the farmer is good quality seed. So, and better seed, plant and machinery, because farmer they need some like tractor and some machine for reaping their field, so they will get good quality of seed, machine. Then the member, who are the member, because it is farmer cooperative society, definitely the member will be the farmer who wish to jointly take up farming activities. And what is the aim? The aim is to gain the benefit of large scale farming and increase the productivity. So means which help them to get benefit of large scale farming, and here those farmers are joined who wish to jointly take up farming activity. And what does it aim? It aim at, the aim is to gain the benefit of large scale farming and increase the productivity. When small farmer they will join hand together, so definitely what will happen? The productivity will be increased and improve the yield and returns to the farmer, but also solve the problem associated with the farmer or farming on fragmented land holding. Like what happened, generally the farmer they have small land pieces, so this problem will also be solved by joining hand together and making the farmers cooperative society. Then there is credit cooperative society. So why it is established for providing easy credit on reasonable terms to the member, because when the individual is of very low income group people, so they won't get easy credit from any bank, or means if they are asking for from the these big land owners, so definitely they will charge high credit rates, high interest rate for providing any kind of credit. So to protect these people, these credit cooperative societies are formed, and the member of these society are the persons who seek financial help in the form of, means the person who want loan, they join together for the financial help to form this society. And the aim of such society is to protect the members from the exploitation of lenders who charge high rates of interest on loan, because when the lenders, what they used to do, they used to charge high rate to protect these people from going in such hand. These credit cooperative societies are formed. Now the last cooperative society is housing cooperative society. It is established to help people with limited income to construct houses at reasonable cost. The members are definitely of these societies consist of the people who are desirous of procuring residential accommodation at a lower cost, and the aim is to solve the housing problem of the members by constructing houses and giving the option of paying in installments. So it is basically established to help people with low or limited income to construct houses. And who will be the member? Means this will consist of people who desire to procure residential accommodation. Residential means the people where the people they want to live, and the and at the lower cost, and it aim in solving the housing problem of the member. So student, here we end up with the types of cooperative society. Hope you like this video, and please do like, subscribe and share the video. And in case of any problem regarding any point, any doubt, please you can ask me from comment box. Thank you. Take care.